All right, welcome back to the Two Idiots Talking Ball podcast. I'm Evo, along with Bennett, and we're gonna be talking some combine. It's Sunday night, so the combine's finished. But yeah, Bennett, hi. It's
Hi.
podcast time.
Yeah. So, are you gonna start or am I gonna start?
Yeah, so I guess we should introduce what we're doing. We're gonna do winners and losers first. So I guess we could start with our winners. Why don't
Okay.
you go
You want me to go
first?
first? Okay.
Yes,
Biggest winner of the combine is
which
obvious. It's Anthony Richardson.
it's Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that what he showed off is not important for the quarterback position, but having an athletic freak like that is important. I see a lot of people saying the broad jump was not important at all and just making fun of that. Rick Sosa, one of the people that were saying it wasn't important, but I think that him having those tools and just having insane athletic ability has possibly made him the number one QB in this draft, which is a hot take to some, but I think he's QB1 now after this combine performance.
I
His
don't think
deep
Zach.
ball, but his deep ball it looked effortless in the drills.
I don't hate the take that he's QB1, but honestly, I think every single person who's asked this question, the first name that pops in their mind should be that Anthony Richardson is the biggest winner of the combine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can say that and still not like him as a prospect, but I mean, 4.44 40 time as a quarterback is insane. His agility drills were crazy. Throwing the ball, he looked nice. I mean, I think he had one or two bad throws, but I mean, these are routes aren't on air, so obviously they're not going to be like you're not going to be wowed by it, and it's not a pro
Mm-hmm.
day where you're just
Mm-hmm.
running and throwing 80 yards across your body. So I saw people like discrediting the fact that he was actually throwing good footballs because they were on air, and it's like, sorry, what do you want him to do? But yeah, I think didn't he test it like as like a perfect?
Oh my God,
Uh,
he had like one of the best combine ratings ever.
I,
It
I
was
thought it was I thought it
elite
was
off the
perfect.
board. It was elite off the board. Every single thing was elite.
I know Iceberg posted it. I think it was a
I
a,
have a
a
screenshot. I
perfect
have a
rating.
screenshot of it, so let me look at it. But yeah, he had probably the best. Um, or yeah, he had a perfect rating. He had a
Yeah,
10.0.
that's. I mean, he's got the size. He perfect on the size.
Yeah,
Big hands. That's. I mean, people cared about it last year, so we're gonna
yeah.
care about it this year. Um, Athletic freak, and he didn't mess up throwing the ball. Which, if anything was gonna kill him, it was gonna be him like just brutally fucking
Hmm.
up throwing the ball, and he didn't. So
I didn't think there was a single drop in his passing drills. I don't think there was a single off-target pass.
I know there was one throw like and this happened to Levis too, where like on the outbreaking routes he threw it a little inside,
Hmm.
um, which obviously you would prefer he throws it on the outside, but
Yeah,
I think with both of those guys you saw enough reps to say uh, maybe that might be a problem, but we
hmm.
can we can fix that, and at least it's there.
I think definitely going back on what I said that he's QB1 is that there's two tiers for the okay, so there's going to be four QBs taken in the top 10 unless something happens. And there's two tiers of them, and there's day one starters and there's guys that are going to have to sit and develop. Anthony Richardson is the best QB in this draft, but he's not someone you're starting right away. That's gonna ruin his career to start him straight away. Will Levis, you're not starting him straight away. Bryce Young and CJ Stroud are the only two that I think can go in and start immediately, but that doesn't mean that they're better than Anthony Richardson. That's what
As
a lot of
prospects,
people,
they're
yeah,
they're
as
better
prospects,
football
as
players right
prospects,
now.
yes. That's what a lot of people don't understand about the draft is that you're not necessarily drafting, especially with a quarterback. The modern era of football, it's too much of just throwing these guys into starting situations when they should not be starting at all. Like Josh Rosen, for
Zach
example,
Wilson.
should have never started straight away. He should have
Hmm.
sat for at least a season.
Yeah.
So if you're just throwing these kids that shouldn't be starting straight away into day one starting positions, their career is ruined. But that doesn't mean that they're not better than other prospects in terms of being a prospect.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get lost in the fact that you're not just drafting the best like player right now, because if that was the case, a lot of times they're like Aiden O'Connell might be going above Anthony Richardson, and
Hmm.
like you cannot objectively say, unless you're that guy Rico knows on on TikTok, you can't say he's better.
Yeah.
I it's obviously you cannot just go strictly off of traits, and box score watchers are not going to like Anthony Richardson, and there is some validity to that. There's some
Hmm.
validity to everything. You can nitpick, and a lot of it's not even nitpicking. There are very clear flaws in his draft profile,
Yeah.
but to act as if this combine, his athletic ability, and the film don't tell you that this guy at least has potential, and great potential to be one of the better, if not one of the best
Yeah.
quarterbacks in the league. I think you're just being ignorant to that, and you're trying to push a narrative.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and then I think another winner that I have is a guy that you said you didn't hear about, but I think Malik Cunningham really showed out. He's a guy that's not he could maybe develop into like a bridge QB type role, but he's going to be a guy that's going to be a backup, and he could probably develop into a good backup. And in his opening presser, he had said that he thinks he would fit in with the Bears super well, which I totally agree with. And that's another thing that I wanted to bring up is that when players say that, I don't like how I don't wanna call them casuals, but they're casuals, automatically assume that these guys are saying they think they can go in and be the starting quarterback, and that's not what they're saying when they say that. This is a guy that at Louisville really didn't throw the ball. He was a run first guy, run only guy, but at his combine, I think he had a pretty good deep ball. He has, like, a lot of good throws. He looked pretty accurate, but, that's just something I wanted to bring up too, 'cause I hate the way that people look at the draft now of that you're just supposed to draft guys that you wanna be starters instead of drafting solid depth, because that's something that I've seen way too much on Twitter for, like, the past month leading up to the combine. So, do you have any other winners or
yes, I did have something else to say, but remind me to say it when we give our thoughts at the end.
okay.
My winner, and this is a guy that I didn't like. Let me pull up his actual like his stats, but it was Rasheed Rice. I did not like
Mm,
his film,
yeah, I
but
remember you saying you didn't like it.
I hated his film. I thought he was mid. Let me pull, because his numbers were at like this is gonna go on like my losers, but in a class that was not good athletically for receivers, he showed out, and it was a guy that I didn't. Maybe like he showed it a little bit on film, but it wasn't something that really popped out at you other than
Mhm.
the jump balls, and those he didn't really. It just looked like he was tracking the ball really
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Uh, did you have something to say about that while I was looking
Well,
it
no,
up?
I mean, I've been watching Rasheed Rice throughout the entire college season basically because someone had him mocked to the Vikings really early into the season. I think like week 3 or week 4 in the first round, and obviously Rasheed Rice is not a first round guy, but he could be a late day 2, early day 3 guy that I think is a solid 2 or 3 option. I don't think he's gonna develop into a 1, but I think he could be a really solid 2 or 3, and I think
Hmm.
he would fit well on our team because he's a guy that's gonna spread the field, uh, get more DBs off Jefferson, open it up way more. But yeah, I've liked Rasheed Rice, but I'd say he's in my top 7 for wide receivers in this class, but and I think he's 7. I don't think he's going anywhere
See,
above that.
and in a not very good class, I think it is easy to jump up like that.
Mhm.
So him doing this, it probably takes him into the second round. Why is he not here? Where is he? Did he not? I guess he didn't. He didn't run the 40, did he?
I thought he did. Let me look at it.
Because he's not. I can't see him on the NFL thing.
He ran a
I know
4.5.
a 4.5. See, that's not all that great, but
Yeah.
yeah, a 41-inch vert. Let me click on his name just so that I get everything.
I think there was an issue with the field because there were a lot of players slipping, and a lot of the guys that I was watching run the 40, their release looked awful. And it wasn't just like a couple guys; it was like a bunch of players.
Yeah, he a 10-8 broad jump. I mean, um, and then yeah, just I think the combine did not show us much.
Mm-mm.
It's it has a lot in the past, um, and that might just be because it's not that good of a class, but
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly not. I mean, I see, I see Purple for the Win tweet this all the time, and I have to agree with it, and that's that it's not a wide receiver one class; it's a wide receiver two class, and I
it might
think
be a
that's
wide
really
receiver 3
accurate.
class.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the early guys are. I think the early guys could. Some of the early guys could become wide receiver ones. I think possibly, but they have to be developed into that situation, or they'll be on a really bad team where they're the wide receiver one. But there's no one that stands out. Looking at the last 2 years of draft classes for wide receivers, and then looking at next year's, it's it's not comparable at all.
Mhm. But with that, I guess we can get into our losers. Just like we had the exact same. Oh, okay. Shout out Darnell Washington. He's a winner too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Losers wise, we have just like we had the same winners or main winner. We both obviously have the same loser.
Hmm.
Kayshawn
Literally
Booty.
was booty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
not a good performance at all.
I mean, he like awful receiver combine, as I
Hmm.
said previously. He was the worst of them.
Hmm.
I mean, it showed a lack of like effort, like leading up to it. I know he was injured for a good portion of the season, but he had a lot of time to train
Yeah,
more than these other guys, and he
yeah,
didn't. He run a 4.6
yeah. It was.
and his vert was 29. I have a maybe I think I have a 29 vert.
Yeah, it was not impressive. That's
I
that's just I heard someone, I think it was on the broadcast, and I think it was Daniel Jeremiah said, If you're gonna be performing like that, that's like an agent thing too. Like, why is your agent allowing you to go and do that at the combine?"
exactly, bro. Like you had
I
to have tested yourself a week ago to see like
Yeah.
what you were gonna run, and you saw that you were likely, unless you're injured or sick right now,
Mhm,
and if you were, something would have likely come out. So you tested yourself and said, "Hey, I want to go out there. I want to run a 4.6 and jump
mhm.
a 29."
Dude, it's like it's bad when you're getting outperformed. Literally, there was a wide receiver there that basically had one eye because of an eye infection, and he's
Yeah.
outperforming you, and you're healthy. Like, I think he went from a third round pick to maybe a sixth from that combine performance.
Oh yeah,
But
dude,
then
it was
again,
awful.
that's just, I don't know. It
The
was
injury history coupled with the lack of production this year and last year, coupled with the awful um combat performance.
He's also has some allegations against him too.
Yeah, like dog. Honestly, if you went undrafted, I would not. He's gonna be one of those guys. Almost what was the linebacker? N'Kobe Dean. Almost like N'Kobe Dean, but N'Kobe
Mhm.
Dean had the injury. He's gonna be that guy that's slipping, and everybody wants their team to grab him.
And then
Like,
they're
oh
just
my
not
god,
going
we
to.
need to grab Kayshawn Booty. And how is he
Yeah.
slipping? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like there's too like he watching his film, you can tell that he has the makings of being a good player. But
Mhm.
all of this, it's like why even take that chance on a guy
It's
who
like,
is
so you know how people, when they talk about like work ethic, like they bring up Michael Jordan, like he just
mhm,
has that elite work ethic.
or Kobe, yeah.
Kayshawn has the opposite of that. Whatever the worst is, it feels as though he has that based off this combine performance.
Dude, it's like really I said it and I didn't know if I believed it at that time, but honestly it might be the worst combine performance I've ever seen. Like
Yeah.
a 29 vertical jump is laughable.
Well, Brady was pretty bad. Brady's was
Yeah,
pretty horrible.
but like
He's a quarterback though as well, so
yeah.
it's somewhat different. I think another loser that I have, not in terms of their performance, but just what happened this week at the combine is Jalen Carter. Is I really can't see him falling from what happened, but at the same time, if Laramie Tunsil smoking weed is gonna make him drop in the draft, being in a street racing car accident where 2 people died is gonna make you fall in the draft.
Okay, but the thing with Laramie Tunsil is the optics of it. Like the
I
gap,
guess.
like maybe if he was just like smoking, like maybe like a joint,
Not a gas mask bomb.
like a gas mask bong, that almost means that you got bored of smoking normal weed and you wanted
Yeah.
to, and then you recorded yourself doing it.
Like, I don't think that Jalen Carter will slip from, like, if the Bears stay at 1 and take him, like, I don't think he'll slip from 1 to, like, 20, but I think he'll certainly fall maybe later in the top 10.
I
But
think the latest he'll go is like 6, maybe 5, like
yeah,
the Lions.
yeah.
The Lions seem like the spot for him. My other loser, just like purely, I mean, Deuce Vaughn, who
Oh,
I had as my RB2 coming into this.
really?
No, not yeah. I really liked him. Not anymore, bro. He 5'5", like I make this joke to short people sometimes. Like
Mhm,
short people, like that usually implies they're like 5'9". Like I have
mhm.
to like look down to talk. This dude literally has to crane up his neck to
Yeah,
talk to me, and I don't know how tall you are, but he definitely still has to do it to you because he's 5'5".
yeah.
My brother in 8th grade is taller than him. Like,
It's just like if you're gonna be that small as well, you have to be showing elite speed, and he did
and
not.
he didn't run. He didn't do anything except for the jumps. Like he
Mhm,
didn't do anything. I did at least that's I mean I wasn't really tapped in, I'm not gonna lie. But
mhm.
that's what NFL.com is telling me, and honestly, NFL.com is probably the most credible source.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean 179, that means for 5'5", that's pretty bulky, but still
Mhm,
you're 179. You usually want your running backs to be about 200.
mhm.
Um, and usually you don't want your running backs to be 5'5".
Yeah, that's well, okay. There is some advantage to that, but at the same time, it's outweighed completely.
It's like on it, like these bigger dudes, and this is gonna sound funny, but these bigger dudes, a lot of times probably won't even have to tackle him. They have enough leverage up here that they
They
can
can
just
just go
push him
like
down.
this.
No, they can
Yeah.
just push him down, like
It it
down to
it's
the
like,
ground.
oh my god. I feel like I don't know if this is a good comparison or not, but it's what a lot of people were saying about Bryce Young and Kyler Murray. Like, how are they going to see over the O line? What is he going to see when he's in the backfield? And there's fucking guys that are basically a foot taller than him, over a foot taller than him. How is he gonna? How is he gonna?
Yeah,
Like, I know this
it
sounds stupid, but what is he
yeah,
gonna see?
it's not stupid because I mean, even if he has second level speed, which if he had second level speed, he
He would have
probably would have
ran.
ran. But even if he has second level speed, which he displayed at Kansas State,
Hmm.
if he had it, first you have to be able to see the second level to
Hmm.
like actually like exploit that. I mean, he'll probably end up being a special teamer, like a kick returner, something like
Yeah.
that. Um, but I don't see him sticking in the league that long because
It's just like
I mean, you had
how are
Darren
you gonna see
Sproles.
where they're lined up on defense? Like, you're not gonna see any of the defensive linemen because you're a midget. It's just like I know that sounds dumb, but I'm thinking about it right now because I didn't think about it before, and it's like, what is he gonna be seeing?
When the shortest player I can think of in the NFL has been Darren Sproles,
I
right?
think Danny Woodhead was really small. Like,
But like, bro, if you're drawing comps to Danny Woodhead,
no, Danny Woodhead was 3 inches taller than him. That's like that's how
hold
bad this
on,
is.
smallest players in NFL history. Let's see. It's not okay. Maurice Jones-Drew, Darren Sproles. Darren Sproles was 5'6", and Darren Sproles was crazy,
Mhm.
like crazy athletic. Maurice Jones-Drew was 5'7", so it's possible.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's the same like way athletically as those two. Smallest player in NFL history was if he plays I don't know about like the quarter of an inch thing, but the smallest player in NFL history is 5'5" and 1/4. So he'll be either
Mm.
tied or like just barely taller or even shorter. He might be the shortest player in NFL history. That's
Well,
I
no,
mean
it's just
if that's not
imagine
losing, that's
yeah,
why'd he show up?
like, imagine being him. You get the ball, you're running, say, up the gut, and fucking Aaron Donald just appears like a
Well, no, no,
grizzly
no. Don't
bear.
forget, Aaron Donald is undersized too. Just like let me.
Okay, then let's say Jordan Davis just appears and eats you alive. Like, I'm sorry, you're gonna break a rib at least. How does he not get hurt from
And
these
like
monsters of people?
yeah, that's true. The injuries will probably be a issue, and I mean, we're talking as if it's not possible. I'm
Mhm.
like, there is definitely a route in which he is a serviceable running back, but with his height, with his size, 179 as a running back, that's minuscule.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's stocky for his size, but
Mhm.
you almost have
Well,
to
yeah,
be.
179 for 5'5" is pretty big,
Yeah,
but
but like you're
but
179
then
and
compared
you're
to
5'5".
every other running back in the NFL, that's not like Anthony Richardson is built like more of a running back than Deuce Vaughn is.
Imagine that backfield, bro. No, dude, like almost all the quarterbacks he's gonna be with are like might actually have to like. I mean, it's a little
Dude.
thing. It's a little inconvenience, but they might actually have to like not kneel, but almost
Mhm.
like squat or
Yeah.
lunge to give him the ball. And I know they like do that anyway, but they're gonna have to put more emphasis on it.
No, like there's gonna be a visible bend when they're handing the ball off.
Dude, who's the tallest? Like imagine if Carson Wentz was like handing the ball off to Deuce
Oh,
Vaughn.
imagine Brock Osweiler, 6'7", literally a foot and 2 inches. He's gonna have to bend completely over to give him the ball.
Imagine those play actions, bro. You've gotta. That's got to be
You would die. You would not
that's
be able
like
to get back up in
Kayvon
time.
Thibodeau bin, dude.
Imagine a play action defense is blitzing you. You're halfway bent over and you turn around, just see 5 defenders running at you.
Bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Vita Vea just.
Oh my god, he would actually eat him. That man would eat him.
No.
It's
All
actually
right.
despicable.
There was another. My next loser, my last loser actually,
Mhm.
um, was actually just like I want almost the entire receiving class, specifically the receivers labeled as small and fast. Those guys consisting of Jordan Addison, Tank Dell, Zay, and Jordan Downs. Jalen Wyatt can almost be put in there, but he wasn't small. I mean, he was
I
frail.
wanted Downs to run faster. I was
Is
a little
he
disappointed.
like? Let me read. I mean, these are not like bad times, but for what
Mhm.
they're worked up to be, Tank Dell 4.49, Jordan Addison 4.49, Josh Downs 4.48, and then Zay Flowers 4.42, which again isn't bad, but like with Zay, you're probably looking for higher. And then Jalen Hyatt, who is supposed to be like really his only claim to fame is being like faster than everyone else,
Mhm.
4.4, and I mean, watching tape, obviously, like Marvin and Mims ran faster than these guys, but like after like watching the tape, all of these guys are faster,
Mhm.
like game speed wise, than Marvin Mims. But it can't be ignored only because like that's these guys' thing. Jordan
Yeah.
Addison, maybe not as much, but Tank Dell especially needs to be fast. Jalen Hyatt
Mhm.
especially needs to be faster than everyone else. Josh Downs almost needs to be faster than everyone else. It's just this makes me honestly want to move Jordan Addison up, just
Yeah.
because like he's the same speed. Obviously, it's not good to be like 4 or 5. That's not
Yeah,
good.
with no pads on as well.
Yeah, I mean, game speed is certainly a thing. It's just
Mhm.
I mean,
If your thing is being
there's
fast, then you got to be fast.
exactly like
Like if you're labeled literally as just a guy that gets separation, you need to be running an extremely fast 40-yard dash.
in I
Or not
don't
even
know.
extremely fast, just like sub 4.4, I'd say.
And I mean,
At
Jalen
at
Hyatt
the
did that, but
least.
again, Jalen Hyatt, literally his only thing is being faster than everyone,
Literally every
and
highlight is
and
just run far.
exactly, and he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, so he's sixth in this class alone.
Mhm.
Like I don't. That makes me really not like Jalen Hyatt because
Yeah.
for me to even consider taking him around two, he would have need to have run like a ideally like almost like a 4.29. That was what I would have like. Maybe that propels him in the first round, and I'm being a little too harsh.
Mhm.
But for me to like really feel confident taking him round two is that tenth of a second, like a
Yeah.
4.32 probably,
Mhm.
and he didn't do that. So
Yeah. I've do you want to move on to hot takes now, or do you have any more losers?
I,
Because
dude, also why are these like sorry, I hate to ramble, but
no, it's fine.
none of these agility guys ran three cone. None of them. Not
Are
a
you
single one of
serious?
them. Nope. Not one.
I feel like it just hurts your stock.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but come on. None of you did it? Let's see either Josh Downs must have had a crazy bench. No, didn't even do it. Um it's like y'all really came out here to run the 40
Yeah,
and you
and
weren't
do
even
routes and
Quentin Johnston didn't even run the 40, which I don't blame him, but he 40 introvert. I think him and Jackson Smith and Jigba really
are they
showed
your
out
top
today.
two?
I mean, yeah, they were my top two coming in, and that kind of today
Mhm.
like solidified it.
Yeah.
Did, have did you? What's your top two again? Do you still have Zay top two, or did you never have him top
I
two?
think I have to move him out of it. I was really disappointed by his performance, but I've had JSN top 1. I've had him number 1 the entire time.
Really?
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
I'll say this: Tank Dell had a 1.49 split, which is third, which
mhm.
isn't awful, but
He's just like I feel like he's one of the riskiest wide receiver like in terms of earlier rounds, he's going to be one of the riskiest guys to take just because of his size, but I don't know.
dude, no way.
Um but yeah, Jason's been my number 1.
Jordan Addison had a 1.56 split. That's like that's literally like bottom 10.
Now we know we're not drafting him, so
Yeah, I mean,
you can feel a
dude,
little bit more confident about
this
that.
is really fueling my anti everyone narratives because that's kind of been how I am. But yeah, I guess we can go hot takes. I didn't really think of any hot takes coming into
Something that
this,
I
but
heard, and it's not to a team that I want him to go on in the first round, but Daniel Jeremiah said Hendon Hooker to the Vikings round 1, and I'm not saying him to us, but because of developments that have happened, I really don't think that he should be a day 1 pick, maybe a late day 2 pick, but with what Daniel Jones is doing right now, he does not deserve that contract. I could see Hendon Hooker to the Giants round 2, not round 1,
can
round
we
2.
argue? I mean, I don't think you're really calling Hendon Hooker that good, but like I
Yeah, I'm
don't
not
think
saying
Hendon
he's
Hooker
good.
should be taken until round 6,
Yeah,
round
especially
7.
with the injury as well.
Well, the
That
injury,
just the
he
age.
wasn't he age. He's 26.
Yeah,
He just tore his ACL and he ran now he produced in it kinda. But he ran the easiest offense I've ever seen.
I guess, yeah.
Like it was easier than the Matt Corral offense last
Mhm.
year
Of
in
just
at Ole Miss.
RPOs over and over again.
Dude, it was either okay, you're either gonna throw this go to Jalen Hyatt, you're gonna
Mhm.
throw this slant to Cedric Tilson, or you're Tillman,
Tillman,
or you're gonna
run the ball.
you're gonna read. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I I don't wanna say also, like, I don't wanna say Tanner McKee, though, to the Giants because I know they're different, but I just see Tanner McKee to the Giants, and I just see a repeat of Daniel Jones.
Oh, speaking of, is this stemming from what Joe Shane said?
No, I just
Did you see what he said?
no.
He said, "You don't let a girlfriend stop you
Oh,
from
it's from
looking from a
finding a w
wife."
yes, okay, I did see that, yeah. No, it's just this is stemming from top no, yeah, a top 16, I'd say, QB asking for $50 million a season. Why? That's not gonna happen ever. No one should ever pay Daniel Jones $50 million a
They won't.
year.
They'll tag him, but then they're gonna have to pay Saquon. Like
I know
they
that's the thing is that would you rather give Saquon a ton of money when, yes, he had a really good year this year, but he's been injured the past 2 seasons,
and you don't pay running backs.
and you should not pay a running back. Even though he's elite, he shouldn't be making a, like, boatload of
Like
money.
17 mil, I think is what they're
Yeah,
looking for.
so
Like, no.
you either pay him and tag Daniel Jones, or you overpay Daniel Jones and have to tag Saquon, which is the tag on Saquon is probably gonna be more expensive than getting him a deal just worked out. So it's a lose-lose because Daniel Jones is not that good.
This is why they should have just let the Vikings win.
F He cooked up the worst or second to worst defense in the league, and he wants 50 million a season. How are you supposed to build That's the other thing too. I hate big contract quarterbacks that take up most of the team's salary cap because you look at the Patriots during their dynasty, you look at how much Tom Brady made, he was not making number 1 QB in the market money, and that's how they kept winning because they built around him. They built a team around him. The
Well,
quarterbacks that unless you have immense salary, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, you shouldn't be making 50 million a
and
season.
even then, he's getting 45.
Yeah,
So essentially, Daniel Jones is asking for more than
he
Patrick Mahomes. And
it's
in most cases, I'm for the player. I'm not going to bash a player for trying to get
mhm.
their money
Well,
because
yeah,
I
go get your bag,
yeah,
like,
go get a bag. But like, come on, let's not be delusional, okay? Let's not
it's
fuck your franchise, okay? Let's not do that.
if Imma be honest right now, I think they signed Tyrod to a 2-year deal. Dude, I'm not paying Daniel Jones that money.
And
I would
but
rather roll with
honestly,
Tyrod, like
no, they like honestly I think have to do is say, okay, you go get 45. I want to see you go get like 50
mhm.
million
Let
somewhere
him
else.
test out free
No one's
agency.
doing that, and then
Yeah,
he's gonna come sulking back and be like, fine, I'll take 42. Which
mhm,
even then it's like not. But like I think as the Giants, you're gonna be desperate enough, and 42 is gonna
mhm,
be a bargain for what has already occurred.
yeah,
You're gonna be like, yeah, get 42. It's not gonna be fully guaranteed,
mhm,
um, with a lot of incentives.
yeah.
Actually, no, he wouldn't go for that. I don't know.
No, it's just like I just don't get it. And the only thing I could say is if he tests out free agency, I could see him going to the Saints or the Buccaneers, not as a permanent starter, as a bridge quarterback. But here's the thing about going to those 2 teams. They don't have the money to give you what you're asking for, and those are your only 2 options other than returning home.
Honestly, like I would feel so bad for Panthers fans, but I think the Panthers.
Oh my god.
I would maybe shed a tear for them.
Dude, don't even say that shit.
Dude,
That's actually
imagine you're a
despicable.
Panthers fan and you're like, "Oh my god, we're gonna get Anthony Richardson in this draft. We got our defense is looking nice, and we can go win the NFC South.
Mhm.
But winning the NFC South means you're paying Daniel Jones 50
Yeah.
million a year
I
for
mean,
5 years, no less. Like like
I
like this means inking him to like five years
yeah.
too. Which what?
Yeah, I mean, shit, if I'm if they're thinking about paying Daniel Jones 50 million a season, why not trade 3 picks and players for Lamar Jackson? If
Yeah,
you're
like
thinking about playing or paying him that much money, elite QB money, then why don't you just trade for an elite QB and then pay them the elite money that they deserve?
But has Lamar Jackson even won a playoff game?
He actually has an MVP, so
But that was 4 years
your
ago.
your
But that was
narrative
4
is
years ago,
dying.
actually. Daniel Jones did it all by him. Keep in mind, they don't have. Also, oh my
They
God,
really
no,
don't have
no,
any wide receivers
no,
either.
This is what I was thinking about. The like the Daniel Jones Crusaders almost will be like he did all this without a receiver, and then they'll be like he deserves to get his money. They better pay him $50 million.
How are they
And
going to
then
get a
how are they
receiver?
gonna get a receiver? like oh let's go.
No one thinks about
We
that.
got Jalen Hyatt at 25.
It's all
Let's go.
the salary cap is a myth, people, because yes, you can work around the salary cap.
Purple for the win.
Yeah, you can work around the salary cap, but look at the Saints. They have one of the most devoid rosters, and they've been negative for years.
Dude, if the Saints went after Daniel Jones and paid him $50 million, which
That
I
would
wouldn't
be
put
oh
past
my
them,
god, that would be
I
so
would
funny. That'd be
like
so funny.
I would love that. I would
Yeah.
really love that. And they would be screwed for even more years.
Mhm.
But hey, they'd win the NFC South this year. Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't get it. We just rambled about me saying Hendon Hooker going to the Giants, and it turned into Daniel Jones hate for 10 minutes.
Good. Let's hate both of them. I mean, he did break our hearts. So, or Eddie did. Eddie. I had two things. I mean, we both have a take on Nolan Smith. So I'm gonna give mine. You give yours. I think they're sort of along the same lines, but going in different directions.
Okay.
Nolan Smith ran a very, very nice 40 time. But oh my goodness, he is so he's like Deuce Vaughn, but not Deuce Vaughn. He's so small. He's tiny. He's built like an outside linebacker, not like an outside coverage linebacker, not like a rushing linebacker. He's smaller than some safeties, which is okay. He's tiny, and yeah, he ran fast 40 time, and he was quite agile, not like the craziest agility, but and I'm not the only one with this take. It's not like some breaking news take, but him running this 40, I think this combine, everything that came out of the combine for him, he was moved down more draft board than he was moved up.
I'm not gonna lie. Immediately after I watched his 40-yard dash, I may or may not have texted a group chat, and I don't agree with it anymore. I may or may not have texted a group chat and said I think he's going to be a top 5 pick. I don't agree with it anymore, but that kind of made me realize how much the combine makes players get overrated. And I've had him in my mock draft go to this to the Eagles almost in every mock. And I still think he's a first round. No,
31?
at 30. You don't even have him at 30?
No, I have him higher. I think. See,
Oh,
the
you
thing
have
is,
him
I think
higher.
he's a really good player.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
no,
he's
what I was
really
saying
good.
is he's still a first round pick. I just don't think that he cracks the top 15. But
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, you're that small. You almost have to be that athletic to get. He's really good. And he played at
no doubt
Georgia.
he's good.
But yeah, it's tough.
I'm still taking Miles Murphy over him in this draft. Hot. If that's a hot take or not, I'm still taking Miles Murphy.
I still like the two Clemson guys. I still don't know much about. It's
Brian Brzee or
Brzee.
Brees.
Yeah, who knows about him?
I watched his tape and it was really. It was he's just big. Well, he gets to the quarterback, but
I think I phrased it wrong. Everyone knows about Brian Brzee because he was 6th or 5th on PFF's rankings.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as the season ended. But it's no one knows how to really gauge him. So everyone has him picked at 19 to the Lions or something.
That's what I do. I always have him go to the Lions.
But yeah, I don't know. I I just remembered I was going to say something earlier, but then we got into like what
Mhm.
was the losers. This is more directed towards Vikings fans, but I'm sure it's in every single space on Twitter. Uh, just because a team meets with a player does not mean they're going after him.
Nah, bro, we're drafting him.
Oh my god! It could be for the better or for worse, but just because they met with who was it, Anthony Richardson, does not mean they're trading the
Nah,
farm
bro, we're
because
trading
because
number 1.
everyone met with, besides probably like the Chiefs, everyone
Mhm.
met with Anthony Richardson. And
Yeah.
honestly, that's another reason he won the combine, because his interviews were apparently really good. But that's
Yeah.
besides the point. Like, oh my goodness, we met with DTR Viking, like such a Viking. And I know a lot of those things are like a lot of these things are just people quote tweeting everything saying Viking,
Mhm.
and I'm disregarding those. I'm saying about like the people in reply saying, "Well, why would we ever interview Anthony Richardson?"
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
It's just like top 30 I feel like top 30 visits are the things that player or fans have to actually pay attention to, not combine interviews, like, in terms of that, because those are the guys that teams are targeting. Obviously, you're still gonna interview Anthony Richardson. Anything can happen in the draft, which is crazy to say for him. Anything could happen. He could slip. He's not gonna slip far. If you're a team picking at 13 called the New York Jets, obviously you're gonna interview him. You have a horrible QB, you're gonna interview him. Does that mean you're gonna draft him? No. I don't
Maybe, but no.
well, they're not gonna trade up. They're not gonna trade up. But it's I think the Viking, like, quote tweet is funny, but when it's old heads in the Twitter replies, it's not funny because 'cause they're stupid and they think we're actually gonna do some crazy 5, first round pick trade up with the Bears to draft Anthony Richardson, which is not happening. But
I Did you have any other comments on combine, or just like any thoughts at all?
I was disappointed. I was really disappointed with a lot of the skill position players. I did like the cornerbacks. I thought DBs had a really good combine this year. Um, both Maryland fellas had a really good combine. Still don't want us to take either of them in the first round,
You know
but
ball.
I think they both had really good 40s. I think Clark Phillips, did you see his he I don't know what the drill is called, but it's the one where they have you, like,
Shuttle.
you go back, you go to the side, you go back, then they throw out the ball, and he
I
went
don't
and
know.
it just was like a crazy
Did you see Kele is how do you say it? Kele
Kelly Blue or whatever.
no, Kele Ringo?
Oh, Keely Ringo.
Dude, he's so dog. He's so bad. Like he's so awful. Like, oh my god, he's one of the worst DBs I've ever seen. But he went to Georgia and he picked it off in the national championship.
I still
So
have him going to the Cowboys in the first round.
no, bro, he's so like if he goes. Honestly, I'd be surprised if he goes second round. That dude is. I'm gonna refrain from like really going all in, but I mean, you'll probably catch me like campaigning against a lot of these guys this year because
Mhm.
they all suck. Um, but should I save this take for next time, or because
Maybe.
it's more of a broad draft take.
Okay.
It's
Um,
basically like last year's better than this year.
yeah,
But I don't.
that
Should I go into it? Like, should I really break that shit
we
down?
could save it for next time if you want.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we could have a special guest next time.
Oh, yeah. I have someone in mind.
Which someone?
Mr. Based Federal, possibly.
Yeah, he actually asked 36 minutes ago, when can I be on the pod? So there's
Next
mutual interest
episode.
here. Um,
Um, I wanted to say something else real quick though, going off what I said, that the skill positions were really what disappointed me, but I was really impressed with the defensive performances. I really liked Overshown's combine. I liked his 40. I also really liked Trent Simpson's, however, I wanted him to be faster. You know that I love him, so
yeah, the linebackers are good this year. I will say
I
that.
really like the linebackers this year.
I mean, Drew Sanders is getting overrated as hell, bro.
I
But
think Jack Campbell is I'd say he's my 3, to be honest. I got Simpson, Overshown, Campbell. But who's the new one on PFF that is ranked 38th in the class? Never heard of him before I
I
checked that
like
ranking.
honestly like I don't know, bro.
I don't like I don't dude, like I'll look at it and I'll just see someone I'd never have heard of before, and I'm just shocked. Cam Smith is ranked 75th on PFF, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, dude! It really
Like,
pisses me off because
it's
he
like
he is he is one of my draft crushes. He's one of the few guys
mhm,
that I'm like I would love to see him in purple. And
yeah.
every time I try and draft him to us, I have to look him up.
It's like an F for the draft pick.
Oh no! I drafted a third in. I think the worst part about it is they know they're idiots
They
because
just
they had
refuse to
they had
change their
him.
mind.
No, they had him at like 125 if you remember, and then they were like they got a bunch of backlash, and they were like, no, let me move him up a little bit. I think now he's in the top 20.
Let me check.
I did a draft the other day, and I couldn't find him, and I was picking as the Vikings. I guess after the combine, who did your opinion change on the most?
Um, yeah, he's ranked 69th. Nice, but
Nice.
um, that's hard. Um, I'd have to say Will Levis actually.
I have
I
seen you've gone
really
through a
like that
renaissance on him.
dude. I really liked watching his combine. I thought he did really good. Yeah, I used to hate Will Levis, but or I wouldn't say hate, but I just didn't want anything to do with him. But I really liked his combine.
Ooh, hold on. There's one guy who I think I've got a crush on, who had a like freakish at least measurements. I didn't see his combine. Um, he was a day one guy. Did you want to guess? I love him. Freakish measurements day one, which means he's an edge.
Wilson.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
That guy and he plays for Tech, which I mean I like Tech. Like I hate them with a
Yeah,
passion. Like 35-inch arms, 35.5-inch arms,
that's
271, 6'6". And he did 23 reps on the bench. He didn't do anything else, but dog.
who you know who I like. I haven't seen any of
Hmm.
Andre Carter,
I don't
which
care
is
about
just like
Andre Carter.
I've like seen nothing about him.
Like honestly, like why is Andre Carter in the top 30
Same with
of PFF?
same with now a guy from Michigan just got moved into the top
Oh,
35.
is it the corner?
No, it's Mazzy Smith.
Actually, no, he's that's
Is
valid.
he pretty good?
He's pretty good. I don't know if
Okay.
top 35, but he is making his way up there.
Mhm.
My thing is like Deontay Banks is not. He's not a
He's
first round
not
corner.
23. He's not. He should not be ranked
Kalijah
23.
Cansey is not the 14th best player in the class.
Mhm.
Come on, bro. Let's see. Like Tanner McKee, that's obvious. Will McDonald, no. All right, bro. When are we gonna stop? Like,
I feel like Anton should go up a little bit more.
yeah. When are we going to like? Who has ever said anything good about Antonio Johnson? Why is
Yeah,
he
I'm really confused with
I've watched this now. He's okay, but
I
like,
think that they need to move Garrett Williams significantly higher.
why is Tyreek Stevenson in the top 40?
I just Clark
They're
Phillips 92, Garrett Williams 49, Eli Ricks 60. I guess that's valid. And then Cam Smith 69. I just
Nice Felix.
yeah.
Felix from Kansas State. It needs to be in the top 30.
I
Let me
don't
see.
know what universe Clark Phillips is ranked 92nd in this class.
I don't know why. Like he did nothing to them. Siaki Ika, out of
I could
Baylor.
not
Like,
find anything. I could not find any good tape on him.
oh, you
I was
couldn't.
I could not
You didn't
find
like him.
anything.
You didn't like
No,
him.
I mean
I
I
really
just
like him. He's just massive.
I couldn't find like anything good on him.
Yeah.
But no,
Can
okay, if Jordan Addison is ranked 17th, then Clark Phillips needs to be ranked 16th for the shit that he put him through the 2 times they played. I know that Jordan Addison had a couple good deep routes on him, but that man was in hell for the majority of that game.
Why is no one talking about Brian Branch? He is so good, and I've never
It's
heard
because
anything
he's
about
like
him.
it's because he's like
A hybrid.
he's like either a nickel guy or you play him at safety. And I don't know why. I don't think he's ninth in the class though. That's not accurate.
They went from having JPJ like outside of the top 30 to now he's getting picked at 12 to the Texans.
I like that they moved DeJuan Jones up though. I'm a big DeJuan Jones guy.
I
And
really
then
love the dynamic we have, like just hating on people right now. Like we have nothing else to talk about. We're just
yeah,
hating
we're
on
literally saying
like
Jahmyr Gibbs needs to be moved up. Jahmyr Gibbs is someone who impressed me. He had a good combine, I think.
dude, you know who's gonna get like picked way higher than they should because they had a decent combine?
Who?
A-Chain out of Texas A&M. He's another. He's like the high end of running backs where like he's really fast, like really
Mhm.
fast, but nothing else, man.
Yeah. No, it's just like
He's like it's like Raheem Mostert almost, and like he was okay, but I don't think I don't know.
okay, I'm a big Michael Wilson guy too, but Michael Wilson at 76 is like insane.
Oh, speaking of Michaels, the obsession of like I understand like Minnesota Vikings and whatnot.
Oh,
Can we
the
stop? Can we
center.
stop with the John Michael Schmitz to at 23 no less? Like
Yeah, I don't.
maybe if
I
we had a
think
second round pick and y'all were forcing him there,
I think this is a
okay.
pretty good center draft. There's a few guys that I like on here. Um, I like Schmitz, but not as a first rounder. I like Titman, and then I've heard good things about the Michigan center. I also like the kid from North Carolina State, Zavala, because his last name is a Destiny character, so I like him. I have no idea if he's good or not. I just like his last name. But
This is a very cute post from Katie Stats, and so she was quote tweeting the NFL saying the NFL said he's just showing off at this point, talking about Anthony Richardson,
mhm.
and she said, "Has everyone just forgotten his game tape?" Which I'm going to assume is like that's said with a negative connotation.
Mhm.
His game tape was like really good.
The only bad game I watched that was like made me upset was the Georgia game, and that was probably an NFL caliber defense that he was playing.
It's like okay, so I mean, yeah, I guess he's slightly inaccurate, maybe
Mhm.
moderately inaccurate. But a lot of times you see these project guys like Malik Willis. He was inaccurate because he doesn't throw the ball properly.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson has, by all accounts, pretty to very good mechanics,
Mhm.
and you watch him and he's getting through reads, and he doesn't just abandon the pocket, um, and he doesn't take any sacks. So I think everything there points to those are NFL level traits.
Mhm.
Obviously, with just like any guy, you get drafted to the right or wrong
Yeah.
place. That's probably going to dictate what you do, especially as a project quarterback. But
Mhm.
let's like, have you seen his game tape? By game tape, do you mean the box scores? Like that's what that leads to me. That's what that leads me to believe you were actually
Yeah.
looking at.
No, it's like what I said earlier, like especially for him, Will Levis as well, but you see like in my opinion, the best case scenario for Richardson is to the Panthers, maybe to the Raiders if they have a veteran, but I don't really trust McDaniels. But I think the Panthers are the best possible landing spot for him, and that is literally just based off coaching staff.
Frank Reich, yeah.
McCown's one of my favorite NFL players, which is funny, and it's literally just because he's a journeyman. But he's been a mentor to a bunch of guys. And I know Sam Darnold's not a good example, but he mentored Sam Darnold. Here, let me pull this shit up.
While you are doing that, shout out Landon for the thummy.
Oh yeah.
It's super tough.
Oh my God, was he a third round pick? That's insane. Hold on. Wikipedia, please.
Good
Okay.
weekend, good sports weekend.
Yeah, it was a good sports weekend.
Yeah, the Stars ripped the Avalanche. Texas ripped Kansas. And OKC ripped Utah. Beautiful weekend. Beautiful weekend.
I mean, this is a guy with like extreme NFL experience as well. Dear Lord.
And it's not like he doesn't have weapons there. I mean, DJ Moore is probably his like only technical weapon, but that
Yeah.
offensive line is really good.
Their tight end is pretty good too, right? Tremble. He's like a
I don't
right.
know, man. Terrace Marshall came out at the. I mean, I guess we're just digging for scraps here right now,
Mhm.
but I mean, it's not an awful situation. Like if you were
Yeah,
to get drafted
to
to,
Houston.
well, I don't even know if Houston's all that bad either.
Well, I think Houston's gonna get better, and D'Amico Ryans is gonna be a huge part of that. But that's like what I was saying, where there's like CJ Stroud and there's Bryce Young. That's a great landing spot for them.
Hmm.
Anthony Richardson and Will Levis, I don't think that's a good landing spot.
But okay, but you say he has to sit. But think about it this way.
If he's on the Texans, he's gonna start.
No. But with Carolina, what is? I mean, Sam Darnold starts the first 5 weeks. He's okay. We're talking ourselves up on Sam Darnold. He throws for
Mhm.
70 yards, and we're like, all right, Anthony Richardson, you're in.
I
In like
mean,
week 6, week 7, or after the bye, probably.
I mean,
Because if he's on the Panthers, you have to imagine unless because I mean Sam Darnold is going to shit the bed at some point.
yeah,
That's a fact. So
yeah.
are you saying Matt Corral go in there for literally no reason? Maybe to drive up his trade value or something? Like, 'cause, I mean, if you're throwing Matt Corral in there,
Mhm.
there's literally no reason for that. If you think Anthony Richardson is your guy,
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that
unless you want PJ Walker.
I think Sam Darnold's gonna be there. Like it's how I forget who it was. They were talking about there. It was some team talking about a quarterback, and they were like, "Yeah, that's our starter right now, but that's not who it's gonna be. Maybe by the start of week one." Sam Darnold is kind of that guy where, especially if they draft Richardson, if they get Stroud starting the whole season, without a doubt, in my opinion. But with Richardson, it'll probably be he'll battle it out in camp, or battle. I think he'll definitely get quarterback two, QB2. No offense to Matt Corral's actually from the same city as me, so
Who
big
cares?
fan of Matt Corral. I do. Um, but I I think Sam Darnold starts, yeah. Just because he has the veteran presence, he's been in the playbook. Or actually, no, it's a completely new playbook. Never mind. Disregard that
Veteran
completely.
presence too. It's like, all right, at a certain point, I'd rather have their rookie presence.
I mean, he's always so good like the first 3 weeks, and he's just dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess throw him. That week 2, Sam Darnold is definitely a guy you want
It's
to learn
elite.
behind.
It's
Yeah, you
elite.
want to
It's
learn behind that guy.
get Sammy Watkins on that team. Week one, Sam Darnold. Week one, Sammy Watkins. That's an elite offense
No.
right
Week
there.
2, Sam Darnold, because week 1 he's gonna throw for like 230 and 2 touchdowns. You're gonna be like, he's not
Yeah.
half bad. And then he's gonna go out week 2. He's gonna throw 400, 3 touchdowns in a blowout win, and you're like, okay, who is Anthony Richardson? This is our quarterback of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
future. And then week 3, he'll go back to his modest stuff. Week 4, week 5, week 6, it's gonna be awful. They go on the bye, and then Anthony Richardson, you're in.
Week four, 130 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and 35 rushing yards.
Oh, and don't forget week 7, where he literally does not throw a touchdown or a completion.
0 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, and 50 passing yards gets taken out for PJ Walker.
Yeah.
Underrated backup, by the way.
No.
Yes.
He had one good throw. He's off.
He actually
He's
had the
awful.
number 1 NFL throw of the year according to NFL. So, by the way, there was not a single. There was one Kirk throw on that, which was abysmal in my opinion. I think it was just deep balls because they didn't even have the Thanksgiving throw that he had to JJ, where it was literally in the craziest window.
Dude, I was there, and I was
You were
I had
at
my
that game?
yeah, I had my
Oh
brand
my
new
god.
my brand new my brand new Kirk Cousins jersey that I had gotten at the shop, which was
Mhm.
brutally overpriced. Like it was like 180,
Yeah.
but had to get it because I wasn't gonna wear my like number 33 Dalvin Cook jersey,
Mhm.
especially not the game he had. But that's besides the point. Um, oh my god, and that was like the second one too. Like if
No,
you
he had
remember, it was
another
in the
one
second quarter.
too.
Second quarter, he bombed it to JJ,
Mhm.
and then the NFL proceeded to say, "You cannot stop Justin Jefferson." It
I
was
know.
like, bro, that was it was eerily similar to the like remember when he threw it to Thielen, corner of the end zone, like right past Jair.
Maybe.
It was in Lambeau,
Oh,
like 2019,
was
I
it the
want
one
to
where he,
say.
like, dove for it and it was like
I don't even know. It was like Thielen was like kind of falling backwards.
Mhm.
I'm gonna find it because that was so sick.
Yeah, no, that was probably one of the tightest windows that I've ever seen a quarterback throw into. He literally had the 2 corners were colliding into each other, and he slipped the ball through.
Bro, and then the way JJ got up and he was just like, oh my goodness, my guy, where
Dude,
is this?
I was freaking out that night.
Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. And he's getting hit too, dude. I'm sending this to you. He gets hit. He's falling down, and he squeezed. Honestly, it was really lucky, but it was so sick. I'm gonna send this to you.
Okay.
Um, live reaction, then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, Booth just asked me when he could be on pod.
Yeah, he asked in the exact same thread, little bro.
I haven't checked yet. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what
I
that hit on him looks exactly like? The
was
one in the
it.
Giants game.
Yeah,
That's the exact tackle in the Giants game. That was insane.
and this is in a thread of like I guess that Packers game. He was just dicing them up because same thread and
No,
everything.
I remember that game.
I don't. Dude, that's such a dot of a pass.
Yeah, that was insane.
Dude, okay, honestly, this isn't really getting underrated anymore. I guess like in like Minnesota, but bro, like Kirk is a tank, like
Oh
a
my dude,
tank.
he's probably the most durable QB in the league.
Dude, he
I've
gets
had that take for a
decked
while.
so
Like
much.
there's been the only time I've seen him come out was when he got hit in the rib. It was this season, and Nick Mullins came in for one. I think it was the Bills game. Nick Mullins came in for one
Oh, I
play,
remember that.
and then Kirk was just instantly back on the field.
Yeah, no, because wasn't he leading the comeback? Like he had
Mhm.
scored and we were down 10 at that point, and we were driving
Yeah,
and we were in their red zone. I remember he got
dude, he got
rocked.
rocked. It
And
was
then I
bad.
remember I was at my friend's house and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, we're done. We lost."
Mhm.
And he comes in. I think he like not 2 plays later threw a touchdown.
Yeah. No, it's the durability is crazy elite.
I honestly, I was forgetting how much I love that man. I was getting ready to say draft a quarterback, unless it's Anthony Richardson.
Mhm.
Kirk is my QB until we draft Caleb Williams next year. Yeah,
We're taking Bo Nix, little guy.
Caleb
We're taking
Williams.
Bo
We're
Nix.
gonna, dude. What do you mean? We're gonna trade up to
Bro,
number one,
bro, we're
just like
literally tanking.
everybody else.
We're literally
Everybody in the league
tanking.
is trading up to number one and drafting Caleb Williams. I,
Oh, I have
I will.
another hot take.
I feel like we have the same hot take.
It's not about Caleb Williams. It's about another QB in that class.
Go ahead.
Drake May is going to be bad because he's ugly. No ugly QBs are good. You have to think about that, don't you?
It's Josh. Josh Allen is not the prettiest.
He's not ugly though. He's just like derpy white guy, like Daniel Jones.
I haven't heard the word derpy in
But that's
a
like an
while.
accurate description of him.
I guess I'm really I'm thinking about his like not his mugshot, but you know the player profile pictures
Oh,
that
where it's just him
everyone has?
smiling, like looking dumb as hell.
That is derpy, yeah.
Daniel Jones is one of those. Is like the worst.
Yeah,
His player profile picture.
Kaylee loves him
I
too.
know. I was literally thinking that when you said that. I said that he looks like a generic white guy, and she was like, "Yeah, I love those guys."
Hey, you got to respect it.
He's
Uh,
literally He literally looks so goofy.
Dude, and his profile picture is goofy too because it's like a side smile. Patrick Mahomes is pretty ugly, dude.
People say Lamar ugly, but he's my king.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is ugly. He looks like he should be
Frat
working
Frat
construction.
Stafford is a amazing human being.
That's true.
Kirk without the beard is something I do not like. I
I think
really don't like when he shaves the beard.
yeah, but
Him with the beard though, that's a handsome guy. Who else is like Jared Goff's a handsome guy.
on after we get out of here, I'm gonna send Booth, or after I end the recording, I'm gonna send Booth the StreamYard invite.
Okay.
I feel like I had some. Oh yeah, hot take, because this happens every year. Caleb Williams will not be the number one pick.
You think that he's gonna
I'm just saying that because I'm following trends. I have no other reasoning other than the
just
fact
because.
that
Hot
like
take, Shedeur Sanders QB1.
nah.
Nah, you don't like that one?
No, I only say that because tank for Tua and who was it this year? Because I guess Bryce Young kind of like stuck at number one, but very clear flaws arose. Like people are acting like
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is God. I guarantee you he
No,
will
they're
not be
already calling
perceived.
him Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Like,
I guarantee you he will not be perceived as God as people actually like because no one's really watching like crazy. Like I mean, I'm sure the top guys are watching Caleb Williams film and really breaking it down, but no one's like watching it and deciphering it and seeing what's wrong with him, and no one has him under a magnifying glass just yet. I like to call this the Heisman curse.
where the year after they win the Heisman, they just have a horrible season.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a horrible season, but one that plummets their
Not,
draft stock.
yeah. I think that my hot take for next year's draft is that Rattler is going to rise significantly. He had a very good end to the season.
Yeah, I mean, I hate that guy. But okay, here's the thing: if we're following the no ugly quarterbacks model, that dude
Then
is going to
he's
be
not gonna be
drafted.
good.
He's not going. He's going undrafted. Like, and he's a douchebag. When he played for Oklahoma, like honestly, there was no reason to like him. I hate that guy. I have some very vulgar things to say about him. He's also the reason Caleb Williams is good and actually played. Because he sucked so much that Caleb Williams came in.
I think Caleb Williams is going to be a good QB. I hate the expectations that are put on him because that makes or breaks a player, and more than often it breaks them. Literally being compared to the best QB in the league is pretty tough. When you're not even a junior in college, you're in your sophomore year.
I mean, Caleb Williams was Quinn Ewers QB1. Quinn
Oh my
Ewers
god,
QB1.
I forgot about him.
He's not. He's not.
He
That
is
good.
so fat. He needs a better haircut.
No, he got a haircut.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Thank God.
He is not
the
that good.
mullet
He is
was
really not that
horrible.
good. He is so inaccurate, and I don't like him.
Well, he should have never left Ohio either. That was really dumb.
I mean, he's getting more NIL money here. He's closer to home. Like he's literally an hour away from his hometown, which is I hate Carroll. They suck now. Not that that matters. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
You can rant about it.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so South Lake Carroll.
Is that like your rival?
No, I mean not really. We played them last year in the playoffs. I think it was to go. It wasn't to go to state, but it was like semis or something. Quinn was there. He was there, but he didn't play because obviously he foregoed it.
Yeah.
We scored on the very first play of the game. And I was there. It was at North Texas, so we had to drive like an hour and a half to get there. Didn't score again.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
That sucks.
Miserable experience. Yeah, but anyways, Xavier Worthy also sucks. Do you know who that is?
I don't think so.
He was ranked the second best receiver in the country coming into this year. He plays for Texas. He's dog. He's like Keishon Booty if like Booty actually played. Like he gives no effort. I hate that guy.
Yeah, oh my god. He could be really good if he had a good mindset, but he doesn't. So it's really sad.
And if he wasn't really like really interested in trainers.
Like
Yeah.
I was so high on him. I wanted us to draft him actually, and now I'm just disappointed. I liked him a lot. Booth said he's not able to join. He's probably sleepy.
Who, Boof?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. I was too busy reading what he actually said.
Oh. Yeah, I just said that he's sleepy. He doesn't want to join right now.
Dude, I have to go crank Chell. I leave tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be able to play. I need to play 10 games, which is a lot of games.
For what?
You wouldn't understand.
Oh.
Well, it's for an objective. For 6 trade deadline collectibles.
Oh my god,
To
are you
upgrade
buying
my Miro
are you buying
Heiskanen.
card? What do you what?
Not
I'm so
buying
lost.
cards, upgrading cards. My Miro
Oh.
Heiskanen.
I'm not into that trade, so you're right, I would not understand.
Do you follow hockey?
Mm-mm.
Well,
I watch like a little bit of I get Wild games because I have ESPN Plus, so I watch Wild because my dad's a Wild fan. So
ew.
I'm a what's the LA team again?
The Kings.
I'm a Kings fan.
They're okay.
Only because I live in California, but
Why don't we be an Anaheim Ducks fan?
because I don't like Anaheim as a city. Never enjoyed it.
Really?
It's,
All right. We're kind of dragging this.
Yeah.
This has gone on like 30 minutes longer
I
than
know.
it should have.
We planned this to be 30 minutes, and it's been 40 minutes longer than that.
Hey man, that shows the signs of great podcasting.
Facts.
We didn't even plan this. We were just talking, and it was interesting conversation until like the last 5 minutes.
That's true.
So kudos to us. I guess I mean, you're a weirdo if you made it this far. I'm not gonna lie, but if you did make it this far, go ahead and subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Twitter at Evo Knows All 31, and follow Bennett.
You're so close.
At Bennett Torgers 1.
There you go.
So like Bennett Torgerson, but like instead of the sin, you're gonna put just 1. And yeah, follow us on Twitter at 2 Idiots Talk Ball. You know.
Now.
By the way, you need to change your pin tweet.
What's my? Oh, is it still the Quasi? The Quasi video from last year.
Yes. Why is that your pin
I forget
tweet?
what that was after. Because there was context.
And it's not even your video.
April 29th, 2022. Oh, it was when we drafted Andrew Booth.
But it's not even your video.
I don't care. It was when we drafted Andrew Booth, and
it's sports tweeter Matthias's.
I don't care. I don't care. It was.
You have sports tweeter Matthias's video as your pinned tweet.
Yes, because we drafted Andrew Booth.
Okay, what should I clip? What should I clip from this? To post on Twitter.
Probably Biggest Losers.
Yeah, but no. we don't want to give out the whole thing.
Well, not the whole.
You know what? I'm gonna save what Landon sent me, the thumbnail, and I'm just gonna tweet it out and say new video out tomorrow. And then I'll can you clip stuff because I'm gonna be on the road tomorrow. Can you clip stuff?
I don't know how to, but I could probably figure out.
Just go to the YouTube, screen record it.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I do, but it's
okay.
It's just as easy.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
New video out tomorrow. You won't want to miss it. Anything else? God, but that's not very corporate of me.
Watch this video now or you die. Oh, my shoulder's like broken.
New video out tomorrow morning. Watch it or die.
I like that.
Yeah, okay. And then so tomorrow when we post it, when it's uploaded, I'll schedule it for like 9 a.m. my time. So like 7 a.m. your time. You won't be
Yeah.
up yet. But
No.
like retweet, make your own tweet and quote tweet.
Okay.
We gotta push this bitch out.
Yep.
Let's we should not be having this conversation. I don't feel like pressing in record yet. Just because I'm a lame. How much on our last? We have 8 subscribers.
Let's go.
And then how many views? I think we had like a decent amount of views. 32 views?
We have quite a bit of Twitter followers.
I don't know, man. 22?
That's pretty good.
That's not pretty good.
Well,
I know you're a little pipsqueak account with your 140 something followers.
shut up.
But okay, yeah, new Buffon next episode, hopefully.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and we can talk about probably life.
Mm-hmm.
But
Advice.
yeah. Bye.